It's a deeply reported story through the bravery of a widow who is convinced that it was his work schedule that in many ways contributed to his death at the age of 34, Peter.
That's right. So Wang was one of the key managers as Xiaomi, the company best known for its smartphones, decided that they were going to push into electric vehicles. The founder, Lei Jun, said this was going to be one of his last strategic plays for the company. He had really earned a fantastic reputation for himself in the smartphone arena, but he wanted to succeed in EVs too. Remember, this is something that Apple tried and wasn't able to pull off. Xiaomi has actually designed a very good car. They've been able to succeed in the market. They've been able to gain some traction in that space. But Wang was one of the key employees who was responsible for redesigning stores as they were shifting these stores from really showcases for smartphones to something that could show you a full-size automobile that would have the infrastructure to be able to show that off and demonstrate what kind of cars they actually had. So at one point, he was responsible for 267 stores. He was working almost nonstop hours. His wife told our reporter that he would frequently work until the wee hours of the night. We also saw his WeChat messages where he was exchanging messages at 2:30 in the morning and working on and on and on. And as you mentioned, tragically, at the age of 34, he died of a heart attack. Yeah. And so it's a story really about how these extreme hours can take a toll on managers, especially in an area so competitive like technology.
Xiaomi has responded in part to our investigation and talking about their sympathies that go to the family. But set this in the context of 996, of what is very much a cultural focus on working extremely hard in China in tech.
Right, yeah, you're referring to 996. In China, they talk about working from 9 a.m. in the morning until 9 p.m. 6 days a week, which is extremely long hours. The World Health Organization defines overwork as working more than 55 hours. Now, in China, they work even harder than in the United States. It's about 49 hours on average for full-time workers compared with 45 in the United States. And in the tech industry, it's far beyond those kinds of hours. At Xiaomi, the workers, an independent survey showed that they were working 11 and a half hours a day. So you're talking about, almost 60 hours a week that they were working. And Wang seemed to be one of the workers who was going even beyond that at this point. So, of course, there's a lot at stake here. They're competing for leadership in AI, in chips, in electric vehicles, et cetera. And there's a lot of money at stake. When you look at the most valuable, the wealthiest people in the world, they're all tech entrepreneurs, led by Elon Musk, of course, but you've got Larry Ellison and Jeff Bezos in there, too. There's a lot of money at stake. There's also geopolitical advantage. And Xiaomi was pushing very hard to make this pivot into electric vehicles.